concert?
No.
Is it a recital in the mall?
No, wrong again.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
Here's my light, I go.
You can come.
Gertrude, until such time as we have those incredible tunes off by heart, we're sticking with the program.
I can't see this band anywhere.
Of course it's boring playing the same old tunes over and over, but we have to think of the gigs we've lined up for the whole season. It's imperative we play well at the Legion dance at the end of the month. That's our very first dance.
I couldn't find a book for Marigold. There's no music books there, but here is a standard.
Okay, well, at least bring in the stand.
How am I supposed to play music without the music book?
Well, maybe we could share.
No, I won't have that. I want my own music book.
Please, Lord, take patience with this band.
Who let that person in here?
Oh, Sophie! Sophie, you're more than welcome. Members of the band, this is Sophie. She is a fantastic musician. Now, I want you all to give her a warm welcome. This is all you for Sophie. You sit there.
I'll go and get Sophia a stand or a music book. Oh, I forgot. We don't have more music books.
That's okay. I won't be needing it. I play by ear.
Oh, am I hearing right? Did she say she plays by ear?
Yes, Gertrude, you were right. She plays by ear and she plays extremely well.
But people who play by ear are not allowed in this band. Those are the rules. Everybody must be able to read music.
Your rules, Gertrude, nobody else.
For God's sakes, when are we going to start, or can we do it today?
Immediately. Go back, Sophia, and do your stuff. Is everybody ready?
What are we playing?
Program number 3, the pink sheet.
Don't have it.
Gertrude, would you mind sharing your music with Henry there?
Do I have an option? Aren't you going to audition her?
Since when does anyone been auditioned for this band?
Imagine $4 for bread. Since my wife passed away, I've had to do the shopping. I just can't believe the prices.
Huh?
I say they can't believe how expensive everything is. $4 for bread.
Oh, you think that's bad? The other week, my wife asked me to pick up a couple of steaks. believe it or not, they cost me $15 a piece.
I paid $6 for a kilo of tomatoes the other day.
How much?
$6!
Could we please get back to the practice? Marigold, you can sit down now. Would you mind, tell me, Marigold, would you mind playing this particular piece as a solo? Let me call you, sweetheart.
Yes.
Do I play?
Yes, you do. Now, everybody, this is going to be a Marigold clarinet solo. So, first time around, she'll be accompanied by the guitar, the violins, the drums, and the piano. Then, second time around, the saxophones come in. Are you all clear on that?
Yes.
No! I said this is Marigold's clarinet solo. That means no saxophones first time around. Can you hear me?
It'd be better for me if you didn't have to blow that awful whistle. Here.
Vincent toss a coin?
Well, it was the best way to choose which amplifier would be turned off.
Why do they have to turn them off?
Well, because 2 is one too many.
I didn't think so. It didn't seem too loud for my hearing.
Okay, could we get back to the music, please?
What are we playing?
What we've been trying to play for the last half hour. Let me call you sweetheart. With Marigold. And we can wing it around. Play it solo. Gladys, would you give her a nudge?
Marigold, Marigold, wake up, it's time for your solo.
Oh, well, where?
It's time for your solo.
Sorry to disturb your nap, Marigold. But would you mind playing solo on Let Me Call You Sweetheart again? last night in the Legion was a total disaster. It's one place we'll never be asked to play for again.
Well, I thought it went very well.
But it could have gone if you guys hadn't sabotaged it.
I suppose you're referring to the time when Henry and I took to the dance floor.
That and your other misconducts.
Now, Rita, in my defense, I have to say that you told me to stop playing.
Alex, I had to. With those awful squawks coming out of that instrument of yours, you were terrorizing the people.
Yes. I noticed as soon as Alex started playing that the dancers went to the back of the room as if the devil were chasing them.
And those that were close to the table, they had their fingers in their ears.
Well, listen. You and Norm were no great help either, were you?
Why?
But the two of you chatting up the dancers in the middle of the dance. Gladys, you were there to play music, not chat up the dancers.
Well, when Norman introduced me to his friends, I couldn't very well ignore them.
Oh yeah, you had to stop playing right there in the middle of the dance. And then there was Gertrude and Norm with their storm amplifiers. Too loud, not loud enough. It was endless. You know, at one stage last night, there were only three of us playing. Myself and Vincent and Sophie.
Oh, no. It wasn't all that. You've forgotten that the ovation was given to Marigold when she did the Benny Goodman rendition of Big Barrel Polka.
Hello, Rita.
To get back to Marigold.
Yes.
We are going to have to put a tether on that lassie.
Oh, you mean the way she went missing last night?
She's done that once too often.
That was quite an experience I had last night with her when I met up with her on that dark country road. There she was, coatless, carrying her clarinet, and just plodding along. Naturally, I offered her a lift.
But she declined.
Not only did she decline, but she says, I'll have you know that I'm a virgin by choice. And all I want to do is get into my pants.
Would that have satisfied you, Alex?
Well, now, Rita, wouldn't it have been a very tight squeeze? I thank God your van arrived on time. Talk of the devil.
Hi, everybody.
I bet I know.
Hi, everyone.
Henry, you didn't bring in your amplifier today.
No, Gertrude, I didn't.
That means we have no amplifier.
At all.
Any chance?
Line?
Any chance we could serve her?
Any chance we could start a practice with a row?
Yes, if you would give in.
Give him to what? Your perpetual arguing and nagging? Gertrude, I'm sick to death of you and your damn amplifiers. Bring in your own. Stop depending on me.
Good. Now that we're all here, we can get started.
Sophie isn't here?
No, Sophie is missing today. It's such a pity because I'm really keen to have her play solo at the Thanksgiving gig here at the center in that piece, Charmaine.
Am I hearing right? That creature, who's been with the band only a few months, is already being asked to play a solo, considering all I've done for this band.
Go on, Gertrude. Give us the list of how indebted we are to you for the music stands, the music sheets, and the performing vests. No doubt you think that gives you a right to play solo. Well, I've news for you, Gertrude. If you were to play solo, the place would empty in seconds.
Gertrude, take no notice of him. He's only yanking your chain.
Yes, and his mouth is as big as a basket. And
Who's anyway?
He's just music.
You want to put me out to pasture, Rita? If I give up smoking, what's left?
There's always more, Alex.
Do you find me desirable?
Alex, you got rid of all those canyons of wrinkles on your face, I might.
Excuse me, I'm very proud of those canyons of wrinkles, as you call them, but it took me 85 years to acquire them. They make the assumption that because you asked them to dance, it gives them the right to your favors.
Oh, I know the type. You give them a hand and they want to take the whole arm.
Who are they?
The ladies I meet at the singles.
Alex, when all those ladies throw themselves at you, you are going to have to rein in that libido of yours. Because deep down, you're one horny old goat.
Marigold, you're wearing my coat, so it's mine. You can't take it off immediately. But before this one, you can't have it. It's mine. It's mine. No. Oh, Marigold, I've told you so many times you can't keep taking other people's belongings. I can. No, you can't. Take it off this instant. Gladys? Yes, I'll get you. You're so ungrateful. Oh, here's your coat.
What was that all about?
Oh, it's a typical Marigold situation. We have to make allowances for her. She doesn't have all her marbles.
Rita,
Yes, Vincent.
are we going to play any music today?
I believe we are. Gertrude, you didn't tune up.
Of course she didn't. She was too busy spitting venom at me about the dam and the fire say?
Oh, she's over at the school at the parent-teacher interviews.
Is she a teacher?
No, she's there because of her looking after her granddaughter's interests.
Why is the parents doing it?
They died in a car crash in Corey. The grandchild was 9 months old. Ever since, Sophie has looked after Corey.
That's really tough.
Why this sudden interest in Sophie?
Rita, this is confidential.
Oh?
It's just that I don't want Gertrude to get wind of it.
Sounds ominous.
Simply put, I was asked by a buddy I used to work with if our band would play for his 50th wedding anniversary the last Sunday of November. Gertrude is one person I definitely don't want there.
I know she's not the greatest violinist, but
She's a disaster.
But she's so enthusiastic, and she has been so generous to the band. Like, the way she helped us out with all that money, we cannot forget that.
As if she'd let us. Anyway, we paid the price, didn't we?
How do you mean?
That awful name she stuck us with. The Youngsters. I can't imagine a more stupid name for a seniors band.
Well, if she didn't get her own way with naming the band, we'd never have got those other goodies. And you know something? I'm a great believer in not looking a gift horse in the mouth.
Obviously. To be honest with you, Rita, I don't want either Gertrude or Alex there. But I do want Sophie. She's one heck of a violinist.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. But now, you're putting me in a very awkward position. How can I possibly play a gig like that without the rest finding out? You know this town's a village.
It'll be a private house, I'm sure. The others can be persuaded to keep their mouths shut.
What about Marigold?
Oh, her playing is wonderful. But do you think it's a good idea to bring her?
Ah, she's harmless, and she is so professional.
Did I tell you we'd be paid $300? Now, wouldn't that be a nice financial shot in the arm for the band?
Do you think there's something going on between those two?
Ah, but of course, isn't he a ladies' man? All smiles and heavy breathing. Rita!
Yes, Alex, what is it?
Gertrude says you're barking up the wrong tree. Henry wears silver foil on his porch to protect his jewels.
As if I'd be interested in Henry's jewels. I have a husband, remember?
I know.
To get back to that 50th anniversary gig, I'll have to think about it.
You haven't time to think about it. It's yes or no. November isn't that far off. He wants it confirmed this week.
Henry, you're pressurizing me.
I'm making you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh, okay, we'll do it. Okay, now I hope you all remember that we have a gig this week at the Legion.
What did you say?
Rita said that she's reminding us of our next gig.
When is it?
It's Thanksgiving.
Where is it?
Well, it's right here at the center.
Where's what?
Thanksgiving gig.
Oh, it's right here at the center.
Thank you. Did you notice this one?
I'm awfully sorry to keep on bothering you all the time, but I'm still waiting for my new hearing aid.
You know, Norm, it's not your fault that you have hard of hearing. Don't worry. I was very disappointed.
You don't know how lucky you were. Gertrude found out about the 50th anniversary gig, and she went ballistic.
And how did she find out?
Oh, it all happened through Alex. When he played that tune, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas," like a professional. We were all crowded around him singing his praises when Norm asked the wrong question.
What was a wrong question?
Oh, yeah. How did you learn to play like that? Alex says Norm. To which Norm responded, "I got the message." What message was that? Asked Norm. The one where I wasn't invited to play at the 50th wedding anniversary, says Alex.
So I suppose Gertrude was listening.
And right away, we're into the attack.
Did she attack you?
No, she didn't. Henry got it first. And while they were hard at it, myself and Sophie and Gertrude, Marigold, escaped up the emergency exit behind the piano.
Goodness gracious.
What's wrong, Gladys?
Well, she's just telling me how when Gertrude attacked Henry at the hospital gate, when she found out about the 50th anniversary, the girls had to take off and go and hide through the emergency exit.
Yeah, they escaped all right, but I didn't. Well, then Gertrude cast her evil eye on me, and I figured I had to get out of there real fast, so I got my wheelchair up to top speed and I took off. And then I turned around to see if she was still following me, and in that instant a terrible thing happened. My wheelchair broadsided a lady resident's wheelchair and sent her just flying out.
Lord have mercy.
I'm sorry, guys, but I can only see the funny side of imagine that patient flying through the air.
That's only the half of it.
Don't say she brought you too.
You ladies who escaped missed the things that happened to poor unfortunate me.
The house was awful.
Well, I saw Gertrude heading in my direction. I panicked, and threw the attachments on top of my drum and started to escape.
And I suppose the attachments all fell off.
Well, exactly. The two cymbals fell with a crash, and that got everybody's attention. Oh. I had no sooner picked them up, put them on, then the small drum fell off with the snare, and it went rolling down the room, and I had to chase it. I never felt so embarrassed in my whole life.
Can you imagine what that hospital staff thought of our band? They probably thought we're all nuts.
Even worse, I overheard two of the patients talking, and one said, "You know, I think that the members of that band have all lost their marbles."
I'm just thinking it's going to be very awkward if Gertrude comes to the practice tomorrow.
Oh, gosh, you're right, Gladys. We can be prepared for fire and brimstone.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
I see Gertrude isn't here
very, very hard to regulate. Sometimes I can hear a conversation going on way the other side of the room better than I can hear one going on right beside me.
That is strange.
And there are times when I'm eating, my teeth almost deafen me.
So you don't know when to take out your teeth or whether you should take out your hearing aid.
Now today, we're going to practice this new piece called Jealous Heart. Okay? Maybe Gladys, you hand those sheets around? The ones I gave you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did? Okay, good.
Look, everybody, this is my new amplifier. Bigger, better, more expensive than ever. It's so big it wouldn't even fit in the trunk of my Porsche. I had to borrow Daryl's minivan to get it here. Vincent, would you help me, please?
Well, for one, there's something to do. I went to bingo on Christmas Day and I met this lady that had a smile that would turn any man's head. I took a real shine to her. She had just lost her husband.
Ha! That was careless of her.
Now, Henry, it's no laughing matter. There we were, two lonely people, on Christmas Day in search of a soulmate. It seemed only natural that we would connect with each other.
You make it sound so dramatic, Alex.
Henry, you should know by now that you could realize that friendship between a man and a woman is one of life's precious gifts.
A woman needs a man like a lobster needs a bicycle.
Well, that's where you are, Marigold. Without love, life loses its luster. Sweet breath like June, harvest moons on the sea, and the spring in your shoes as you walk.
Why don't you tell it like it is, Alex? At our age, the spring has sprung. I have a new camera. I got it for Christmas. Why don't you all gather round in a circle in a bunch, and I can take your picture?
Why don't you take the group sitting down as it is? I can bring a chair over here beside Marigold and sit beside her.
No, I want everybody in a bunch. It'll make a much better picture. Actually, I've got a better idea. I'd like you to be all mixed up, like a man beside a woman. So, Sophie, why don't you stand behind with Henry beside you? And then Marigold beside you. And Alice, that's great. Now, Rita, would you sit over here?
butter. And I can't get a wink of sleep.
You're not having your usual smoke today.
Oh, you only noticed it now. I gave up smoking just before Christmas.
Well, no wonder that's why you're playing your heart so well.
That and the fact that my frailty has now hit its cruising speed.
Did you know that our Alex has quit smoking?
Yeah, good for you.
What did Gertrude say?
He said Alex quit smoking.
Gosh! It's sure big enough.
Gertrude! This is going beyond the bounds of decency.
Nice picture. Look, everyone, isn't this a lovely picture of Sophie and Rita?
Tell them what's on the back. Read it out.
Are you sure you want me to read it?
I said read it.
Well, if you're sure.
Go on, read it.
Henry with his latest power.
They can't hear you. Read it out loud.
Henry with his latest paramour.
She sent that picture to my wife.
I sent it?
Yes, you sent it. You took the picture. I'm sure you all remember that practice after the Christmas break when she was so intent on taking our picture with her new camera. This is the result. I need to go to the washroom. You're a real piece of work, Gertrude.
I had nothing to do with it. Somebody must have got hold of a copy. Well, of course, if you will go tomcatting around, what can you expect?
You're a vengeful, vitriolic bitch!
That word reminds me of something my mother used to say. A line that came from a golden oldie from the roaring 20s, ain't we got fun? See, we were a very big family. Every time a new baby came along, my mother would say, big sigh, the rich get richer, and the poor get children.
You'll be hearing from me. You'll be hearing from my lawyer about this.
Nice and tidy.
And he backed down?
When that slimy coward saw his gang of supporters slipping away, he did exactly what that woman told him to.
Well, you know, a good Christian act like that has Good Samaritan written all over it.
Yes, I'd sure like to know who she was. I'd like to thank her.
Now, to get back to the bed, is there any way I can persuade you to come back?
As far as I'm concerned, Gertrude has reached to her goal.
Her goal? What goal?
To get me out of the band. She hates me.
No, she doesn't hate you. What she feels about you actually is envy and jealousy.
Why should she envy me?
Because you're such a wonderful violinist, and she's so mediocre.
That may be so, but I'm still not coming back to the band.
Is there no way I can twist your arm to come back?
The only thing that might convince me to come back would be a public apology from that awful woman.
That'll be the day. Hello, Gladys. Come and join us for a coffee.
Well, thank you. I can't stay long. I'm on in a hurry. I saw you through the window, and I thought I'd come in and tell you the latest bad news.
What bad news?
Well, it's about Henry.
Has something happened to Henry?
Well, I'm not sure I should be telling you this because I was told in confidence.
Gladys, heaven's sakes, tell us what you were told in confidence.
I was told that Henry is taking Gertrude to court.
What?
On account of a photograph. Oh my God.
Did Henry tell you this?
No, his wife Hilda.
Well, go on, tell us the details.
Stella, this is the music director from the school.
I'm Stella.
My friend Rita and Gladys. From the band.
Nice to meet you. Band. Oh, that's the seniors band with a funny name.
You might think it's funny, but I think it's awful.
Amen.
What does it matter what you call yourself, as long as you can make nice music together?
Well, I suppose you're right with that, but Sophia here has decided to resign from the band.
Because of the name?
No. I'm here trying to coax her back. She's such a marvelous violinist.
You know, Sophie, you should go back. There's nothing like music to heal the mind and the spirit. I have to go. Oh, by the way, the children's choir has their next concert in 2 weeks' time. That's one concert you definitely have to be at. Your granddaughter will be a soloist.
You're kidding.
No, she has an amazing voice for someone so young. She says she gets the music talent from her grandma. So you surely have to be there.
You try keeping me away.
Well, I'm off. See you later.
Okay, bye. Bye, Stella. So, Gladys, to get back to Henry, what exactly did you hear from his wife? Gladys, are you going to tell us or not?
Tell you what, Gladys. Gladys, when?
Court case.
What court case?
Henry's court case.
When exactly did you see Henry's wife, and what exactly did she tell you? Okay. I ran into Hilda at the supermarket the other day, and she told me everything, and she's very upset. Surely she doesn't think there's anything going on between Henry and myself. Of course not. She believes Henry's story. But according to her, Henry's out for revenge, and he wants to take Gertrude to court for defamation of character. He already has his lawyer working on it.
This is dreadful news. Do you realize it's gone? The whole band could be involved.
It's kind of funny.
Okay, Norm, would you hand those around to me?
My creaking joints are all over me like a blooming rash.
Okay.
75% creaking and the other 25% leaking.
Alex, if you're trying to melt the ice in this room before you get it, haven't you?
The terrible thing about getting old is when you look in the mirror and you see your old granddaddy there looking back at you. So how are you, Alex? I'm good except for the 1,000 little men that are sticking needles in the soles of my feet. Listen, Alex, it's old age. The meter is ticking. Tell me about it. Life is a constant state of grieving for the elderly. I've been to 3 funerals this month so far.
Alex, if you're trying to melt the ice in this room, forget it. Haven't you heard the rumors about Henry taking me to court? They're flying around the town like pig squawk.
Now today, again, we're going to practice a new piece called My Blue Heaven. Okay, Norm, would you hand those around, please? And Alex, would you pass that over? And Vincent, here you are. Okay. Oh, dear.
Marigold, can I have my music sheet? Marigold! I have no music. I can't play.
Marigold and Kennedy, something the matter. You two are not playing.
Is this horny old goat? Quit playing grab ass with me. I just may be able to play.
Henry, hands off Marigold's ass.
She refuses to give me the sheet music.
Please, Marigold, would you pass Henry his music sheet?
Why should I? He's invading my space. He's sitting in the wrong chair. Henry. I can't hear said where you always say.
Well, now, Henry wants to move closer to the piano.
You.
Henry, I think you need a hearing aid. If you're thinking seriously about getting one, I'd be the person to give you the right advice.
Norm, I don't need a hearing aid. But thank you for the offer.
Offer. He's a quack. Don't go near that fellow. Besides,
Norm, would you please continue that hearing aid conversation during the coffee break? At the moment, we're trying to practice this new piece called My Blue Heaven.
Certainly. Very nice piece. Yes, okay.
I offered up my bruised and battered old heart and had it slung back in my face.
You broke up with that really nice lady?
Well, it's just me. Every time I get close to a relationship, I just blow it.
Well, that's too bad. But you know, Alec, faint heart ne'er won fair lady.
It was when her face traveled. She tried to go down to the cross. We looked at the route, and I said you could go down. You could go down or across, but not both. She argued with me, and the game ended with me swearing she'd never play scrabble with me again.
And she didn't actually say she wouldn't call you again.
Well, she didn't actually say
indulgence for a moment about the reason why we are in this music room today.
To play music, I hope. Get on with it quickly, Rita, before the gabbing starts all over again.
With pleasure, Edna. Come on.
Gertrude and her granddaughter Kim. Right away, Corey identified her as the nice lady who saved her from the bullies.
Well, I'm blown away.
Yes. I knew you'd be surprised. You know, under that cold singer was a genuine warm heart.
She apologized.
She did, but she didn't have to. How could I ever thank her for doing such an incredible act of kindness for my granddaughter? You know, Corey told me that particular gang of bullies have not come near her since that day. She must have scared the shit out of them.
Isn't it incredible? You know something? You never really know what people are really like inside.
Yes, and it's like a miracle. The two grandchildren have bonded in a big way, spending so much time at each other's houses. Gertrude doing all the driving.
And you and Gertrude seem to be getting along like a house on fire.
Well, the fact that she's always either collecting or delivering one to the children means we see an awful lot of each other. Just natural that we've become good friends.
Well, that is wonderful news. That's great.
They're doing on a secret. She's actually agreed to let me give her violin lessons.
That is fantastic.
But she doesn't want anyone to know, so watch the word.
Okay, don't tell me.
You've got to be sure, have we a new member?
No, Henry has decided to sit down near the front. But you sit where you always sit.
Sophie, you're back again.
Thanks, Vincent.
Ah, Sophie, you're a sight for sore eyes.
Hi, Gladys. Good to see you back. Welcome. Sophie.
Lovely to see you all.
Sophie, I sincerely hope you're back to stay.
Of course.
You make such a difference to the band.
That's so nice.
Well, now that we're all here, we can get started.
Before we get started, Rita, Gertrude has something very important she would like to say.
But hang on now a minute until Marigold takes the seat. You sit down, Marigold. Okay, Gertrude. Gertrude. You carry on. Fire away.
This concerns Henry. But Henry, I don't want to speak to the back of your head. Would you mind turning and facing me?
Okay, Gertrude, carry on.
I want to apologize to Henry for maligning him. Sophie has been gracious enough to accept my apology, and that I'm hoping that Henry will do likewise. Henry, I don't deserve your forgiveness, I know, but I am terribly sorry of all the trouble I've caused you and Sophie and the band generally. Please, Henry, please, don't go ahead with the court case.
There, Gertie. Good girl, Gertie.
Gertie, you're groveling, and it doesn't suit you one little bit. Now, in the event of my forgiving you, can I expect a little bit of peace and harmony? No more arguments about my amplifier, be it the volume, the quality, or its absence.
Sure, Henry, it's a deal. And if you want, I'll even write a letter of apology to Hilda.
Well, as the whole band seems to be sopping it to me, Gertie, I'm prepared to accept your apology. As far as my wife is concerned, I'll tell her it was all a silly joke, so there'll be no need to write her.
And you'll drop the court case?
Naturally. As a matter of fact, the court case was a magnificent bluff. The aim was to teach you a lesson, Gertrude.
And you did that with a vengeance, Henry.
Okay, now can we get back to the music?
Oh, good question, Maura. Rita, are you okay? Are you okay?
I will be in a minute. Don't worry, it'll pass. Ooh. Now we have a gig coming up in the shopping mall at Easter. I thought today we might try something new, Henry. How would you feel about singing a solo accompanied by the band?
Depends on what you want me to sing.
Well, what I had in mind was, you know, our last two numbers that we played. The first one, Home on the Range, and the second one, Now is the Hour. Do you think you could sing the lyrics of Now is the Hour?
Oh, I could certainly do that.
In order to get it right, we should practice it a few times before the function.
You want to do it now?
Now's as good as any.
It's nothing. A massive heart attack.
You mean he went to heaven without his hopes?
Yes.
Could we please get back to the music? Get back to the business of the day?
Which is?
Henry's solo. Now, you sure you know the lyrics, Henry?
Of course I know them. Now is the hour when we must say goodbye. Soon I'll be sailing far across the sea. While I'm away, oh please remember me. When I return, I'll find you waiting here.
That's good enough? Perfect. Okay, folks, we're playing our farewell number. Now it's on page 51 of your books. And you're clear now on where to end, Henry.
Sure, no problem. Now is the hour when we must say goodbye. Soon I'll be sailing far across the sea.
For God's sakes, Henry! Will you get yourself a bloody hairnet? In answer to your question, Gertrude, I'm presently playing the field in the Purcell.
And how is it going now?
It's a spice of...
You're actually meeting some new ladies.
I may be an elderly, slow with a slug of a gun, but even a blind dog gets a bone now and then. Anyway, where else can man get their jollies these days?
True for you, Alex. Ever hear the saying, true love? Every saying that love can move mountains.
The old visage may be a bit punchy. Despite that, I had quite a few replies.
Did you put that in your resume?
What?
That you're punchy.
Well, of course I did. I believe in being truthful for everything, especially with my appearance. And some replies I got indicates that the ladies like their men chubby, cheerful, and cuddly.
Must be desperate. That you're meeting some of them.
I've nearly drugged. I nearly drugged. Ah, the second one! She was very sexy looking! But she was wearing that flirty perfume, and that perfume said something. Oh, spoke for itself.
What about the Scrabble lady? Would you not think of reaching into the ashes? The flame may be doused, but the fire could still be burning.
Henry, I have no time for raking through ashes. Besides, she's probably changed to electricity by now.
How's the hearing, Nora?
Oh, Miss Larry is doing very well. Very good to be last, Rita.
This came in the mail this morning. It's an invitation to compete in the senior band competition.
What were you saying about that document, Rita?
I received this in the mail this morning. It's an invitation to seniors bands in Alberta to compete in the best seniors band competition.
Surely you're not thinking about entering our band in the seniors competition. We'd be the laughing stock of the season.
I disagree with you, Nor. Our band would be more than capable of entering such a competition. What do you think yourself, Rita?
Well, with lots of practice and lots of work, we could always enter.
When is it coming off?
Oh, the finals are in September, but the judges are coming to audition all the different bands in July.
Let's have a look.
I will if I take it around. Here you are, Henry. Why don't you read it out for everyone to hear?
The music industry of Alberta is searching for Alberta's best seniors band. Auditions will be held throughout the province in July to establish eligibility. Finals will be held in September. Interested parties should fill out the enclosed form and mail it to the above address. Deadline for entries is the 5th of June. Well, aren't we going to enter our band?
Why not? We are a seniors band, so we've passed the first test.
Let's do it. I think it'd be so exciting.
What do you think, Henry?
Oh, I'd be all for it. What do you think, Alex?
Oh, count me in. At my age, opportunities like this won't come along very often. And when they do, don't take them lightly.
What do you think, Sophie?
I think it's an opportunity not to be missed.
Well, it seems like we're all in agreement that we should enter the competition. Now, I hope you realize that that is going to take a lot of hard work.
How much?
But at least 3 practices a week with some extra practices at the weekend.
Oh, come on, Vincent. Don't be such a stick in the mud. Let's go for it.
Oh, all right. You have my vote.
That settles it then. We're all in agreement to enter the band. Which brings me to the thorny subject, the name of the band.
What's wrong with it?
What's right with it?
I think it's a marvelous name.
For heaven's sakes, Gertrude, look around you. We're an ancient bunch of youngsters. I can't think of a more stupid name for a seniors band.
Your opinion.
Well, now, at my age, I would have to say that my arthritic legs, feet and back, not to mention the constant rattling in my throat, says to me that I
much time because we have a deadline to meet.
Oh, Rita! I need a new Band-Aid!
Okay.
Band-Aid? Wouldn't that be a good name for a band?
Not bad, Gladys.
What about Band-Age? Instead of Band-Aid, wouldn't that be more appropriate?
That's it, Vincent.
That's it.
Vincent, you have hit the nail right on the head.
Vincent nail on the head.
Oh, the new name for the band. It's going to be Band-Age.
Right?
As he put it, the doctors were cautiously optimistic.
that doesn't tell us very much.
So what do we do about the practice?
We carry it on.
Without Rita?
Why not? Where do you think you're going, Nora?
I'm going home. We can't practice without Rita.
Surely she schooled us enough that we can deal with it for a little while without her.
Who's going to play the 4-bar introduction?
I will.
Not meaning to insult you, Sophie, but do you think for one minute your timid introduction could possibly penetrate these hard-headed ears?
I will.
No. What does Henry say?
What's Henry saying about me?
Well, we're discussing who should play the 4-bar introduction in Rita's absence.
I will, if you're all in agreement.
That would be great. Everybody, if Nora did this 4-bar introduction, we wouldn't have to worry about his deafness.
Let's give it a word, Edna, okay?
All right, is everybody ready? Play the Pennsylvania polka. Let me call you sweetheart, sure. All right, everybody ready?
Hold it, Norm. Hold it. I'm sorry that I'm late, everybody, but I heard about Rita's illness, and I spent all morning looking for a replacement pianist. His name is Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
Patrick, come over here. Piano. Now, this is the program that we'll be playing, Patrick. And you'll see.
I wonder, can he?
The first selection is going to be the Pennsylvania polka. We wanted to start with something lively. Now, as I already explained to you, you have to give the band a 4-bar introduction.
What's that guttery old fool doing at the piano?
Oh, Marigold.
Shh. He's our new pianist. Come and sit down.
Are you telling me
who stepped into the breach and made it possible for us to be here today.
Yes, indeed, Stella. Without your help, we couldn't have entered this competition. Thanks a bunch.
You know, the person you really should thank is not me.
Who is it?
Sophie's granddaughter, Corey. She was bound and determined to come to the rescue of her grandma's band.
I hope she wasn't the nuisance.
No, not at all. You have a very resolute and tenacious granddaughter, Sophie.
Did you explain about Rita?
I did. I talked to them, but the rules are the rules. I'm not a senior. I can't play. So the options open to the band are play without the piano or withdraw.
Why is everyone looking so blunt? What did Stella say?
Well, Stella just told us that she won't be allowed to play in the band because she's not a senior. We either have to decide not to play the piano or to take our name off the competition.
I say we withdraw. We don't want to make fools out of ourselves.
No way, Norm, are we going to withdraw at this point. We've worked too hard along with too much energy. We can't withdraw. I say we go ahead without the piano.
Shh! Would you please keep your voices down?
I agree with Norm. Without Rita, we're just ruining our reputation for the future.
What did Vincent say?
He agrees with you, Norm.
Shh! Would you please keep your voices down?
I say we should play! My days are numbered. I never have this such a
Good for you, Alex. What do you think, Sophie? You haven't expressed an opinion yet.
I think the only way we can resolve this issue is by a show of hands. We can't argue forever, and we can't keep the judges waiting indefinitely. Rita.
It's not an easy decision.
We're all going to die. But that doesn't mean we have to count our graveyards. Let's make music.
What's all the rumpus about? I take it we didn't win a place?
We didn't get the chance to win a place.
How come?
Because I'm not a senior, I can't play. So the band has two options. Play without the piano or withdraw.
Forget the options. The band has a senior piano player now, and we're going to compete.